guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to share with you a review of the new Dose of Colors collection with Katy and Desi. I did get the whole collection. I got the eyeshadow palette, the highlighters, and all 5 lip colors. So I'm going to be sharing swatches, demos, and my thoughts on the formula of all of the products. So if you guys are interested in hearing my thoughts about everything and seeing some swatches, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palette, and that's what I was the most excited for in this collection. This is an eyeshadow quad, and I actually do like that they just focused on really bold colors and not making like an eyeshadow quad of like 3 transition shades and like a lid color, or like 2 lid colors and a base color and a like medium tone brown, because of course we all have those in our collection. And even though I am like a creature of habit with my eyeshadow palettes, like I want to just use one product, I do like that we get some variety in here and it doesn't feel like you're wasting space in a palette with just some like mid-tone brown. So I do like that they picked 4 lid shades, 4 standalone shades that you can combine with any other eyeshadow palette. And the formulas of these shadows are really different because you should apply them wet and with your fingertips. And it does come with like an eyeshadow guide when you buy the palette, which I really do appreciate that they specifically say how you should apply these. So this shade Harpoon and this shade Suze, both of those are on my lid right now, and they're recommended to use wet with your finger. And that's exactly what I did, especially with Harpoon. You definitely need to use this wet, and you do need to apply this with your fingertip. I tried going in with just a wet brush and it would not pick up product at all. But once I just dampened my finger with some Fix Plus and packed it on my lid, it was totally fine. And then you also need to apply the shade Suze wet as well. But I did go in with a brush and just pack it on with a wet brush, and that was totally fine. It did pick up the color onto a brush a lot better than Harpoon. And then this shade Turbo Sun, you need to apply with your finger as well, but you don't need to wet it. You could just swipe it on and it'll go on really pigmented. Of course, it's gonna go on even more pigmented with a damp brush, just like any other eyeshadow, but you don't need to wet it. And then this shade Noli is super simple. You can go in with just a flat brush and it's gonna go on really creamy without needing to dampen your brush. You could apply it with your finger. It's just something that's really universal and like a go-to shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch everything, and I'll swatch all the shades dry first, and then I'll swatch over the ones that need to be wet if they don't show up as pigmented. But I think this one, when you swatch it with your finger, it looks just fine, but it just looks so much better when it's wet. But you can still see that it's a really beautiful color. This is Suze. I just love shades like this, like really champagne, like white gold kind of colors. And then Noli, yeah. This is this coppery shade that is just so easy to apply, just like a perfect coppery bronze color that you can wear year round. It's just really pigmented without even trying whatsoever. Then Turbo Sun is such a cool shade. This is so grungy, and I feel like this is such a like Katy shade. I just love this shade, and I think Desi did a tutorial wearing this color, but it's just like it has like this kind of like duochrome to it without being like super glittery or anything. There's a little bit of blue, and then there's purple in there too. And then lastly we have Harpoon, and I don't know if this is gonna show up on a finger swatch, so let's see if I need to wet that. Yeah, that still shows up pretty nicely, but if I were to wet it, it's gonna be like so much more pigmented, but you guys can still see it's pretty pigmented on its own, but definitely on the eye you do need to wet it. But those are all the shades. They're so pretty, they're so perfect for fall. I love all the colors, but really the only downside is that when you apply the shadows with your finger, you might be wasting just a little bit more product compared to just going in with your brush. At least that's what I found. But other than that, I absolutely love these shades. They are gorgeous, and I feel like they're really unique, so I think that's definitely a great investment. You could just use whatever transition shades, like any transition shades will look good with this palette. I feel like you can go really warm, neutral, or cool and make all the shadows work. So I definitely think that is a really great palette. Next we have the 2 highlighters, and I was really excited for these just because of the shades. They are a little darker, and that's actually how I prefer my highlighters. Even though I'm like more light to medium, I kind of like something that just like blends onto my skin and looks really glowy, and it isn't so like highlighting my face. I just want it to be like very glowy and almost not so much subtle, but just like really natural looking, but still super glowy. So I was really excited about especially this shade Mírame. Basically, I wanted to buy it because of the name Mírame. Like it just made me happy because it just like is in Spanish and I speak Spanish, so it just made me really happy. So this is actually the shade I really love, and I was worried that it was going to be a little bit dark on me, but it's what's on. I'm wearing both of them, but this is mainly my main highlighter today. And it reminds me so much of Jouer Topaz. This is actually a little bit more pink, or a little bit more rose gold than that, but this is a gorgeous shade, and it's just like such a creamy formula, like so pigmented, and it's also very satin. Like, it's not glittery, it's just such a smooth formula. It's beautiful, and it's basically like a bronzy rose gold. It's perfect for medium skin tones or deeper skin tones, or if you're like me and you're more like light medium but you don't want anything that's like super blinding. This is a gorgeous highlighter, and especially like you could definitely wear this as an eyeshadow or something. And the highlights are also $28, just like the eyeshadow palette. And then the other one is called Fuego, and this is more of like a peachy gold shade, but it's not yellowy, which I like because I hate yellow highlighters. This one is gorgeous as well. And Mírame is definitely my favorite, but I think a lot of people are gonna like Fuego because it's more of like that traditional highlighter shade. It's like gold without being yellow, and it has like a little bit of a bronzy hint to it that makes it look more flattering and more natural looking. So I really like that highlighter. I have it on the center of my cheeks today, so I have Mírame like all over, and then Fuego a little bit like right on the top of my cheekbones. I think I saw Katy applying it to Desi in like one of their vlogs like that, and I really like the combination. You could definitely layer these or mix them together. They go really nicely together. So layered, they look so pretty too. It's basically just like a toned down Mírame, just like a little bit lighter with a little bit more of a goldish hue to it. But they are definitely very different highlighters. One is a bit deeper than the other, but I just love the darker one, honestly, compared to Fuego. I feel like I have a lot of similar highlighters like this, but this is something I'm definitely gonna use on a day-to-day basis. Definitely love the formula. They're so pigmented, they're so satin. You can see that they're not like breaking apart. There's not like flecks falling down on the swatches. They just like blend out so nicely, and just like they're so creamy, they're so pigmented. I love them. They're like the ideal highlighter formula. I was not expecting like the most amazing formula for the highlighters. I don't know if Dose of Colors has done highlighters in the past, and I think that's why. I thought it was gonna be like alright, but not amazing. Like, I really absolutely love the formula of these highlighters. I think the highlighters might be my favorite out of everything in the collection, but I'm happy with everything, so that's definitely saying a lot. So moving into the lip colors, I'm going to start off with the liquid lipsticks, and the first one is Hot Fire. This is like a super fiery red orange shade. So it's definitely a very bold shade. It reminds me of Desi a lot. I feel like she's always wearing colors like this. I feel like Katy and Desi always like wear bolder lip colors. Not always, but I feel like when they wear a bold lip color, like they commit to a bold shade, and I could definitely see them wearing colors like this all the time. And this formula is really pigmented. I love the Dose of Colors liquid lipstick formula. It's really opaque, it's really pigmented, but it doesn't feel like too thick on the lips. It's not drying at all. It's very comfortable. And then the next shade is called Sauvage. This is like a super dark burgundy color. Like, it's purple, but it's not like overly purple. It has like red and purple in it. It's not like one or the other. I think they described it in their vlog as like ox blood, and I feel like that's a pretty accurate description. It's really pigmented. It's a very bold shade. It's super grungy, and I really like these shades with this formula because it's a very comfortable formula. So it's not gonna go on patchy. It's really pigmented, and it's not gonna be like super drying to where like you can see like the lines of your lips in between like a dark lip color, and ends up looking like really weird and just like really uneven. So this is a really great formula to wear bolder lip colors with because it's gonna be matte, it's gonna stay on your lips, but it's not gonna be uncomfortable or like too dry or anything. So these are their two lip colors, or their liquid lipsticks. They're really, really bold. And then moving on to the lipsticks, I'm wearing one of them today. This is called No Shade. This is the lighter nude. It's like a peachy, pinky nude color. And both of the liquid lipsticks are a comfort matte formula. It's really pigmented. When it goes on, you like, if you go one swipe, it's gonna be very opaque right away, which I really like because you don't need to wear a ton of product, and it also does transfer it to lipstick. It's not a liquid lipstick, so you do need to reapply it throughout the day, but it's gonna last for a decent amount of time. It's like a normal matte lipstick where you need to reapply it as like you eat or anything like that throughout the day. But this is my favorite of the lighter nude colors. It has a little bit of like a peachiness to it, but it's still not like so nude that it like really washes me out. So I'm definitely gonna be wearing this shade a lot. And then the other shade I'm not the biggest fan of, it's called More Creamer Please. This is probably my least favorite part of the whole collection. This is a darker nude, but it has this like brownish undertone that's also a little bit orange. So you guys can see this is a bit darker, and it almost looks like a color corrector color or something. Yeah, so it's almost like a contour shade, like a cream contour stick shade to me. Like it has like a taupey and orangey undertone at the same time. I didn't like it that much on me, and I do have warmer undertones, so I can kind of pull off colors like this. But it wasn't my favorite shade on me. I don't see myself wearing it that much, and especially if you have cool undertones or if you're more fair than me, you're probably not going to be the biggest fan of this shade. If you do have a deeper skin tone or a medium skin tone, you'll probably like this shade a lot more. So that is More Creamer Please. And then the lip gloss is called Over the Top. And this is a shimmery clear lip gloss. It's just what I'm wearing on the center of my lips right now. And this one, when you do apply it on your lips on its own, you can feel, like if you rub your lips together, you can feel like the glitter, like the graininess of the glitter, which like, I don't like that feeling at all. But I like the lip gloss color itself because it's not overly, it's gold, but it's not like yellow gold. So it's not gonna completely change the color of your lipstick, which I like. And it does have more of like a champagne undertone to it. So it's not like super out there for a lip topper. So that is everything in the Katy and Desi Dose of Colors collection. And I think I forgot to tell you guys the prices of all these lip colors. The liquid lipsticks are $18. The matte lipsticks are $16. The lip gloss is $15. And then each of the highlighters and the eyeshadow palette are all $28. So I think it was $169 for me to get the whole bundle. And I've never bought a whole collection of anything, I don't think, before, but I was just really happy to invest in them. I was really like trusting in this influencer collab. I feel like out of every other collab I've ever purchased, like I felt okay putting my money towards this one because I really love Katy and Desi. I think they're really empowering. I think they're really inspiring, really positive. They're very like professional and fun at the same time. They're just like they're just really great people to me. I think they're amazing. They're beautiful. I can't think of anything bad or negative to say about either of them. I just think they're amazing and really, really inspiring. So I was happy to put my money into this collab to help support them because I just think they did an awesome job. I think they cared a lot about this collaboration and they put themselves in it, which is very evident in all of the products. They all make sense with their personalities, their makeup styles, and I love how they documented the whole journey. I love seeing their vlogs in general. I love seeing the vlogs of this whole process. I just love them in general. They're awesome. So I was really happy to put my money into their collaboration and help support them. I just think they're so cool. So I was really happy about this collab. I don't think there's anything disappointing about it. I think the formulas are awesome. I think it's just personal preference about the colors for the highlighters and the eyeshadows and everything. But the formula is there, like the packaging is there. These are all cardboard packaging, but they feel very sturdy. I feel like they did a good job with them. Everything has a mirror. The eyeshadow palettes, the highlighters have mirrors, and they just are like very personalized. They're not like very generic at all. So I really love this collab. I highly recommend it. It's just preference on what formulas you like better, like the liquid lipsticks, lip glosses, the matte lipsticks, and the colors that you like. But I think the quality is definitely there for everything in this collection. Alright guys, so that's everything for my review of the Katy and Desi collab with Dose of Colors. And this collection is currently out of stock, but they did say it will be restocked, I believe, in September. So you will be able to purchase everything again very soon. If you guys purchased anything already, definitely let me know in the comments. If you plan on picking anything up, definitely let me know in the comments too. And if you're interested in my makeup using this collection today, it will be on my Instagram. Once it's up on my Instagram, I will leave it in my description box probably the same day as this video goes live. And I also have 2 giveaways on my channel right now, which will also be in my description box, so definitely check those out. And yeah, that is everything for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you guys soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.